Hey everyone, Erin here to show you how to set up a Flipgrid for your class. So if you're interested in setting up Flipgrid in order for you to be able to video message your students as well as your students to message you back and for them to message each other, I'm going to show you how to do that. So you're going to go to flipgrid.com. I use it all the time, so mine's already here. So you're going to go to flipgrid.com, and if you don't already have a sign-in, you're going to click on Educator Sign Up. And you want to sign in with your Microsoft login. The reason why you want to sign in with that is because it's automatically connected to my Passcode Connect. So you'll click Microsoft Login, and then you'll be prompted to sign in through my Passcode Connect with that sign-in information. And once you do that, then this is what you'll see. Right now, my dashboard has classes on it because these are the classes that I've created, but yours would be blank. So step number one is going to be that you want to add a new grid, and you're going to call it something. So I'll call mine Greco's How To. Then you're going to want to click on Student ID. This is how kids are going to be accessing your Flipgrid for your class. And then you can scroll down here to create a flip code. Now the flip code is your class code and students will log in with that. My recommendation is to change the back half of this to something that's very easy for the students. So I'm going to change it to Greco123 to see if that's available, and it is. And then I'm going to click next. This is where you're going to be prompted to upload, or you can individually add your students. Okay, so if uploading your students through a file is a little bit challenging for you, I can walk you through that. But for this, I'm just going to show you the quick and easy way that you can just type in the first name, last name, and student ID. Now for student ID, you can make it as simple or as hard as you want. Flipgrid only requires either 2 letters, 2 numbers, or a combination of both. So for example, I could do Lisa Harris, and then just label her as G1 and click add. I could add another student, Jessica Warren, and label her as G2. So you can see their identifiers can be extremely simple. Or if you really want to use their lunch numbers, you can. Once you've added your students, you're going to click next. And then this is where you can either print your student list. So if you wanted to print your student list, you can click that, and then this would give you the option to print it if you wanted to print it at home. But you don't need to. There's a way that you can access this. Now we're going to go to Launch My Grid. So now 2 parts of Flipgrid that you need to understand. So this first part up here, where it has the name of your grid, this is your main dashboard. This pencil over here, this is how you edit the settings of your main dashboard. This is also where you can go to access your student roster, okay? This bottom portion is where you create topics. So for each topic, you could have a different conversation or reflection or feedback that you want the students to be focused on. Each topic has its own editing tool also. It's important to understand the difference because editing in each component is slightly different. So let's first edit our full grid. So we don't want to change the grid name unless you created a grid name that you want to change. And this gives us where we could change the flip code if we needed to. This is also where we change how students access as well as getting into their roster. And then these are all your features are housed. These features are already preset with some functions. So one of the things that they're preset for is they are preset for grids to be active, meaning that grids will not be hidden. So everything is automatically viewed by your students. The other thing it's preset for is how you receive your notifications. So one of the things that can be a little bit of an annoyance with Flipgrid is that you'll get an email every time a grid is submitted. I would suggest, if you're going to be using this, possibly turning that feature off, because the kids do like to go on and play, and every time they submit a video, you're going to get an email. So if you want to turn that feature off, they can just send it to you weekly, or they can send it to you never, and then you yourself could go in and see when videos are there. There's also some features here for captions, as well as downloading and sharing. You can choose to turn that off. And then down here you can personalize, where you can either upload your own photo or you can use a photo that's provided for you. And then you would just click Update Grid. And so on here, I'm going to change this to never. I don't want to be updated. And then I'm going to click Update Grid. Now I'm going to move on to the topic. So this is where I want to edit. This is where you're going to get into the specifics. So every topic can be edited. So first of all, I don't want my title to be Say Hello on Flipgrid. My title is going to be Flipgrid How To. This is important too. You also want to alter the recording time. It's preset for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Depending on what you're wanting kids to do, you may want to leave it short, but it only gives you the option to go as high as 5 minutes. So for our purposes today, I'm just going to leave it as 1 minute, 30 seconds. This prompt is where you can give directions or a directive to the students. Please leave me a message that shows me you know how to set up your Flipgrid. So this is where you're giving directions, a message, a prompt, something for the kids to remember. You can also change the focus. Your focus really should relate to what you're wanting the kids to do. So it's preset for this hello, because that's usually what people do on the first Flipgrid, is just getting used to people saying hello. So you can just click Delete Focus, and then it gives you the option to either record a video, you can upload an image. I'm going to just add an emoji just to keep it easy. And then you can put in some topic tips. You can leave this blank. You don't have to write anything. You may want to say, you know, have good lighting and look at the camera. I would encourage you to not necessarily add attachments. And then this is where some of the features are for students. So if you do not want students to be able to reply to each other, then you're going to want to turn off student-to-student replies. If you also want all of the videos to be moderated, which means that you would have to approve the video before anyone else in your class could see it, then you're going to want to turn this on. If you're concerned about kids not being kind to each other or being inappropriate, then that might be a reason why you would turn this feature on. I would leave the dates alone. And then some of these things are more video features. So I would leave everything as far as selfie styles, titles, counts, sticky notes. I usually turn off attachment link. I don't want the kids attaching anything to their videos, but I do allow the kids to edit their videos. And then this is about feedback. So if you're just using this as a way to keep connected to your kids, I would just leave this as it is. This is if you wanted to be able to like upload a rubric. So then you're just going to click Update Topic. And then you can start a recording for your very first response. So if I wanted to record a response, this is going to be the first video that all of the kids would click on when they came to this grid. So I click on Record a Response. And here's me sitting on my couch. Hey everyone. I'm going to hit the record button. Hey everyone. Hope you're loving Flipgrid. As soon as I'm done recording, I hit the pause button. And then there's some features here too. So there's stickers, there's text you can type, there's filters. You can turn things into a blackboard or a whiteboard if you want. So there's a bunch of different features on there if you were using it for teaching purposes or if you wanted to just kind of like enhance the video a little bit. There's also sticky notes here that you can type on. The kids can't see it if they're watching your video, so if it's like a little note of something you want to remember to tell them, you can use the sticky note. And then this shows your topic. So you can click on this, or the kids can click on it too, and it will show them the message that you left them. Once you're done with your video, you can go ahead and click next.
Hey everyone!
It automatically replays your video, which is also where you have the editing feature. If your video is good to go, you hit next, and then it always ends with a selfie. So we take our little selfie here, and then we click next. You can change the name and click submit video. Now if you were to come to my grid, this is the first video you would see. So when you click here, my video automatically starts. This is the reply button. If your students leave you a video message, they can also reply to each other through hitting this button. So they would hit reply, and it loads the entire process all over again for them to record a video. I'm going to exit out of that since I don't want to do the reply.
Hey everyone!
And that is all you have to do to set up your own grid. So what you would do then to check what's happening is you would just come into your dashboard. So if this is me, I'm going to go to my grids. I'm going to click on Greco's how-to and click on my topic and then watch all the videos that are in there. If you have any questions or you need some help setting up, I know I was trying to go through that a little bit fast. Please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you. It is a great way for kids to stay connected.